Oregon Congressman David Wu is back in the Portland area for the first time since two area newspapers published reports that staff members had asked him to seek psychiatric care just before last November's election.
His former staffers worry he's unfit to do his job.
Can you handle the job of being a congressman?
Will you resign?
David Wu's announcement Tuesday that he will resign from his U.S. House seat capped a political career that started out promising for the first Chinese American elected to the House. After winning a come-from-nowhere victory in his first campaign, Wu cruised to re-election every 2 years, even after the Oregonian reported in 2004 that he was disciplined at Stanford University for trying to force an ex-girlfriend to have sex. Wu apologized for his, quote, inexcusable behavior, unquote, and was re-elected by a wide margin. But Wu, now in his 7th term, found himself eclipsed by other members of the Oregon delegation. He displayed a bad temper, didn't play political ball with others, and had little to no clout. Even so, he handily won re-election again in 2010. That happened even though his staff was privately begging him to seek psychiatric help for a host of erratic episodes.
There was a lot of concern about his behavior, that he wasn't engaged, that he was prone to outbursts.
The editor of the Oregonian says Congressman Wu has been acting strangely for years.
Did sources tell your reporters that he was having a mental breakdown?
I can't characterize exactly what the sources said in that context. Suffice it to say that his staff, the people closest to him, were very concerned about his mental health.
In late October, Wu took prescription painkillers that were not prescribed to him. The next day, October 27th, he unleashed a 19-minute diatribe at what was meant to be a pep rally for canvassers. On October 28th, his aides shut down the campaign. A day later, Wu used his influence as a member of Congress to enter a restricted area at Portland International Airport, saying he wanted to meet his children at the gate. Instead, he ended up soliciting votes. But what made him the national punchline for late-night comedians came later that night.
These congressmen are out of control. Here, take a look.
Both parties have a responsibility to solve. And over the last several months, that's what we've been trying to do.
Using his government-issued BlackBerry, he sent a series of strange emails to his staff in the voice of his children.
Cut him some slack, man. What he does when he's wasted is send emails, not harass people he works with. What were you thinking when you did that?
Well, my kids and I were joshing around, and it was not appropriate. It was unprofessional. I shouldn't have done it.
He also sent a photo of himself in a tiger costume for a Halloween party he planned to attend.
Last October was not a good month. It was very stressful. I did some things, I said some things, which I sincerely regret now. And as a result of those things, I saw fit to consult professional help.
Political insiders have talked for years about seeing flashes of Wu's anger in odd episodes.
You know, unlike the Vulcans of Star Trek who made their decisions based on logic and fact, these guys make it on ideology. These aren't Vulcans. There are Klingons in the White House.
But the end of his political career came when a far more serious episode from November, after his re-election, came to light. On July 22nd, the Oregonian reported that a distraught young woman complained about an aggressive and unwanted sexual encounter at her California home. Within days, it became clear Wu could not weather the fallout from the news, which included full-on pressure from political leaders on both coasts who wanted him out. Wu would not be able to finish his 7th term in office. He issued a 4-paragraph statement Tuesday, reversing an earlier decision to keep his seat through 2012. I cannot care for my family the way I wish while serving in Congress and fighting these very serious allegations, he said. His vote to resolve the debt crisis would be his last as a U.S. congressman.